I intended to write a book that was going to be probably at least 300 or 400,000 words. It ended up being a little over 600,000, a little bit longer than War and Peace. But uh, I actually I wanted to do that kind of Russian moral novel was in the back of my mind, but there were two other things that occurred. One, the first one was for 20 plus years I'd wanted to do something about this trio of brothers that I grew up with, these Italian brothers, whose father apparently, or from what they had told me, had been off in jail. I never met him. Who had a mother who was a drunk and a floozy, and the three brothers, one ended up being a criminal, going off to jail, then going off to the army, then going presumably off to jail again. The other brother having drug problems, and then the youngest brother being the somewhat normal one. I thought of doing a poem on them. I thought of doing a play on them. Nothing seemed to work until I saw this movie by Luchino Visconti, this melodrama called Rocco and His Brothers, which incidentally, if anyone has ever seen the Woody Allen film, which you know, Hannah and Her Sisters, there are a number of interesting connections between both films that is worth checking out. And you'd have to see both films to recognize some of the things that Woody Allen did steal from Rocco and His Brothers. But again, they're just sort of the larger narrative tropes. The films have different aims. Hannah and Her Sisters is not a melodrama, whereas Rocco and His Brothers is a melodrama, but it's a great melodrama. Seeing that film gave me the idea for a few scenes to sort of reuse and modernize into an American context, but it also helped free up the idea to write this book about these brothers. I changed some of the facts. I added some brothers in